I only agreed to it because of a stupid triple dog dare and a cheap bottle of whiskey. My friends, Jamie and Leo, dared me to spend one night alone in the Deepwood Preserve, one of the most isolated, overgrown forests in the entire state. The locals called it the place that hates noise because of how unnaturally quiet it always seemed. I rolled my eyes and laughed. Guys, I'm an Eagle Scout. One night in the woods is nothing. They drove me to the trailhead just as the last streaks of sunlight vanished. They left me with a tent, a flashlight, a cheap first aid kit, and a reminder that the ranger station was only a quarter-mile away. If I screamed loud enough, they will hear and come to me. The moment their car disappeared down the road, an unsettling stillness settled over the forest. I walked a mile into the trees and set up my tent in a small clearing soaked with dew. The air felt thick, like it had weight to it. Even the insects seemed to avoid making noise. Inside the tent, I scrolled on my phone until my eyelids grew heavy and I drifted off. Around 1:30 a.m., I snapped awake. There was no sound, no wind, no distant animals, nothing, but only silence. But it wasn't the silence itself that woke me. It was the feeling, the certainty that something outside the tent was awake and waiting. I sat still, trying to listen if anything is out there. All I can hear is nothing, not even the rustle of a leaf. I lifted my phone to use it as a dim light. As soon as I moved, I felt that unmistakable sensation, that whatever was outside was copying me, imitating. Slowly, I sat up. A heavy, delayed thump echoed from the trees, about 20 feet away. My breath caught in my throat. My skin prickled. I eased backward. Suddenly again, the same sound followed, perfectly matching the speed and weight of my movement. I felt like I was being mocked or studied, so I decided to test it. I rolled onto my side, the sleeping bag brushing the tent floor, which makes a sound. Instantly, outside the tent, the exact same rhythmic echoed through the clearing. Then I scratched my fingernail lightly across the nylon floor. Outside, something dragged along, hard nail across a nylon also. Goosebumps shot up my arms. Covering my mouth, I whispered softly, "Who's there?" But still nothing. 30 seconds of the deepest silence I've ever known. Then it happened. Something large pressed down on the roof of the tent. The nylon dipped inward. Slow, heavy, deliberate, like a wet, enormous hand lowering itself onto the fabric. Before I could even breathe, a voice whispered through the tent wall, right beside my ear, saying, "You're there." The voice was distorted, watery, like it was trying to mimic human speech but didn't quite understand how. I lost it. I dove for the zipper, ripped open the tent, and tumbled into the clearing with my flashlight shaking wildly in my grip. I found nothing moved, nothing ran, nothing hid, but the evidence was there. The beam of my flashlight revealed deep impressions of 4 thick finger dents and a palm print pressed into the top of the tent, and clinging to the nylon was a single long, black hair, soaked with cold dew, as if it had just been shed by something standing over me seconds ago. I abandoned the tent. I abandoned everything. I sprinted back to the trailhead with tears streaming down my face. When I found Jamie and Leo, they were laughing, until I handed them the single black hair. Their faces drained of color. I still don't know what followed my movements that night, but this much is clear. Deepwood Preserve isn't empty. There is something in those woods, something patient, intelligent, and disturbingly silent. It doesn't stalk. It doesn't hunt in the traditional sense. It learns you. It memorizes your movements. It copies your voice. It mirrors your breathing. I'll never spend a night alone in the wood anymore.